everyone, Jasmine Jafar and I have a monthly show called AMA with Jazmen and I, a show hosted by two no-nonsense alpha women who answers questions from both men and women about relationship, sex, money management, fitness, building self-confidence, and much more. Here's a preview of the questions we answered for the month of March. What strategies can I take, Jazmen and Tree, to protect my emotional well-being when dealing with a narcissistic partner? I'm not narcissistic men are not attracted to women like us.
No. I wish. This is fun.
I had one guy who was a narcissist. I think he tried to. I guess he was using me as a challenge. It didn't even work a week. It didn't last a week. You know what I'm saying? I don't fall for the gaslighting, right?
Oh, no.
I don't fall for that.
No. I don't even.
You can't love bomb me.
It's really hard to flatter me.
Yeah, there you go. Because these are the things that they do. And then they like to play the victim too. So I end up turning him into a real victim. I'm like, oh, you want to pretend to be a victim? Let me turn you into a real victim. So it's like, I do go like, that's what I'm saying. I think narcissists don't like women like us because we're not here to cater to them. We're not here to woo them. And I think when you have that selfish mindset of, listen, if this ain't nothing in it for me, I'm out. We're
not validating them. We're
definitely not going to validate
insulting them. We're hitting, because narcissists really need that self-inflated self-image. Yes. And I'm just going to make you insecure right away. So we're not the types that they usually go after. And also I always think back, like most of the men almost every guy I dated, everyone, I'm like, oh, they were actually all really good men. I don't really,
exactly.
Negative to say, which is also why we don't hate men. I feel like a lot of people think, oh, you're anti-red pill, you hate men. No, I love men. I think are the nicest, most wonderful people, but that's because those are the kinds that I typically attract. And when I even hear someone say, how do I guard my emotions when dealing with a narcissist? You don't deal with a narcissist. That's how to go with your emotions, especially if you don't seem very well equipped for it. Because kind of to what Tree was saying earlier, which this might be it's an unpleasant reality, but you see people like an anxious attachment style with an avoidant person. You see these anxiously attached women with and they attract each other. It's like a trap. And it's like, it's really you're born, you don't want to be the person that's born to be in an anxious avoidant trap.
Right.
Who doesn't, whatever, but these people are like magnets for each other. So don't be that. Don't try to be like, how do I cope with this horrible situation? Get out of the situation.
Get out. Don't even deal with it. Don't even deal with it. And the thing about it is that with this one guy, like I said, who was definitely a narcissist, and I was like, oh, this is going to be fun. And like I said, it didn't even last a week because the thing about it is that you make me feel bad about myself. I said, well, stop being a piece of shit. I don't play that. Well, I don't mean to. You're a piece of shit. I'm going to treat you like a piece of shit. Okay, so I'm not going to play this game with you. So it's like he tried everything and he just finally gave up. And I was like, narcissists don't work on me. I love myself too much. And I said, and I don't give a about you.
Yeah. But also, I will say, I feel like recently the term narcissist is very overused. Someone will just not like you. And they're like, so make sure, I want to hear more about what makes him narcissistic. There are definitely narcissistic men out there, but I hear I call it TikTok therapy, where every girl on TikTok's ex was a narcissist.
And
I'm like narcissists are 1% of the population. How are all of your exes narcissists? You're not a narcissist just because they broke up with you. That doesn't make someone a narcissist because they don't like you.
Right.
So you want to also make sure that you're not just taking a buzzword and throwing it on this person.
True.
Maybe this person isn't. Maybe they're not texting you or whatever because they don't like you, not because they're a narcissist, And
I want to also piggyback on what you said about a lot of women who allow men to get away with this. They end up hating men because they have given their powers away. And when I noticed that last year, I started a Twitter space where I was basically, helping women empower themselves. But I was attracting a lot of women who are like, man, 4B movement. We need this, not them. And I said, whoa. I have a husband. I like my husband.
I know.
What the f*** you talking about? So it was so many of them hated men. And then when I asked them, why did you hate men? Because they did this to me, they did that to me. And
there's no good men out there. And I'm like, it just seems like the good men don't want you. Because I promise you, there are so many good men out there. There are so many men who don't cheat, who are respectful, who are amazing. So if you're feeling like all men are like this or all men, you're attracting the wrong men.
Right.
That's
also, if you are consumed with all the bad men on TikTok, Twitter, Twitter. When you're consumed with their spaces to hear what they say about women, when you go into the MGTOW, the red pill, the manosphere, and you consume all that, you know you are what you attract. You are listening to all this bullshit, not from a skeptical point of view, not from a point of view of entertainment where you want to laugh. You know what I'm saying? You're looking at him like, ooh, I wonder, is this, am I going to be this way? Or how can I avoid these men from doing this, to that, blah, blah, blah. And the women, Jasmine, would say, we need to teach men how to treat women better. And I said, no, you need to be able to teach other people how to treat you better. I don't need to teach a man. This is like saying, teach men how not to, what?
Yeah. And also, like, you use the women who are like, men, you sound like when red pill go, oh, women are stupid and they don't have good conversations. It's like, yeah, the women that have good conversation are smart. Why the would they date you? Of course, the only women that are going to be around you are like 19-year-old, like people that want to drive your or want your clout, Sneeko. Like that's it. That's the only women that are going to be impressed by you. What kind of smart, intelligent, interesting woman is going to want to hang out with Andrew Tate? Zero. So they think all women are boring. All women have surface level conversation. All women talk about is astrology. And it's like, no. You're just not attracting the other ones. And it's the same thing for women. If you're saying all men are cheaters, all men are narcissists, all men are this, they're not. It's the same thing. There are billions of people on this planet. You cannot make generalizations about 50% of the population.
Facts. You can't. And if you want better, just basically have it in your mind. Stop thinking scarcity. Stop thinking the whole thing about, and by the way, heal from your past traumas with other men. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. Like if you dealt with a cheater 2-3 times, you understand that you basically need to stop doing that. And if you have to have a hard boundary to where if a man cheats, then you let them know, hey, you're gone, you're out, whatever, just any other. There is no second chance. There is no relationship, couple therapy. That just get rid of it.
Do not chase men. Or if you meet a man with, again, this doesn't happen to us, and it's just because of this energy. We're like, oh, I'm not sure if I want to be serious. If anything like that, okay, bye. You cannot be afraid to walk away. That is the number one thing. You cannot be afraid to walk away. Like you see this sometimes, like people go, don't go through his phone unless you're ready to walk away. You should just not even be around him unless you're ready to walk away. You need to literally live, like people always say, live like it's your last day on earth, but you should also always live like it's your last day in the relationship. Like you need to be ready that if something happens, you're able tomorrow to, you're not going to be in pieces. You haven't you haven't stopped taking care of yourself. You haven't made all his friends your friends. You still have your friends. You still have your hobbies. You cannot completely be attached to this person and not have your own life because live like it's your last day in the relationship.
True. I know this is commonly used, but I do relate to it a lot. Have that black cat energy. That black cat energy. Okay. Make sure he's the golden retriever. Okay. When you're unbothered, you could give a damn. Okay. Oh, you not here today? That's fine. My life still goes on.
And then you realize that the people that you do keep around are the people that aren't exhibiting red flags that you just start being comfortable with because they're not, because the guys that give you the red flags, you already left them. You're programmed to be like, oh, you're sketchy, bye. And so then the men that stay, you're not worried about them cheating on you.
Right.
Like you're sleeping like a baby. You're just not worried about these things because you've already gone through the vetting process and you're comfortable in yourself and you're confident. So you don't need somebody and you are eliminating people when they show you that they should eliminate them. So the people that stay have been properly vetted.
Yes. Ladies, it's a wonderful life. Come join us.
It is amazing. I can't, literally, it's the best. I can't imagine. I think about this sometimes, like, what if I was born with
Oh my God, that's hell.
I would rather be the abusive narcissist than to be abused, but I can't. I just wouldn't. No. I'd rather be born a man that beats women than be the woman that beats people.
What? Hello? Same. Holy smokes.
Especially in this day and age. Like, you talk to me weird, I'm calling the police. Like, this is 25. Like, what the hell is this?
Girl. Oh, my God.
It's not
If y'all only knew. It's a wonderful world. It's a wonderful world. What are some practical steps that I can take to improve my self-esteem? I want to lose weight, but everyone around me sabotaged my progress. I want to lose at least 60 pounds, but I don't have the motivation because of the people around me. Any advice to help me reverse this? How can I build a skincare routine that helps me feel more confident about my appearance? By the way, I have very oily skin that's prone to acne. I'm really bad at teaching people how to treat me with respect, and I don't believe what Tree says, that I was born to be a doormat and that's my life purpose. But I really want to set healthy boundaries in my relationship, but I don't know how. Any help without making me feel bad about myself would be appreciated. I'm in a lot of groups on Facebook. I'm in a lot of groups on Facebook called Are We Dating the Same Guy? Have you ever heard about this group?
I've heard about this concept. Which is really fascinating to me because the type of women who are going to go on this already know, like, I feel like it's like a club. Like, the type of woman that's probably going to date the same guy as another woman is already checking this. Because you think about it, like, how else would they find so often that they're dating the same?
Hold on. And you know what? My thing is like, I'm really shocked that there's a list of women like, oh, I went out with him before. I saw him before. Oh, he was in my DMs. I'm like, how are y'all attracting this kind of asshole?
Yeah, exactly. It just must be like a, but then again, like, there are some men, like, if you're like scrolling on a dating app that you're like, that mother probably on this.
Actually, a lot of these men that are on, because I actually went into the group. It's hilarious, by the way. I highly recommend it. It's hilarious. A lot of these guys come from dating apps.
Yeah. Dating apps, there's like, every city, there's like the 2 or 3 guys that are always on. They must have like 1,000 profiles of the same. And it makes me like, is this person even real, or is this some like weird person in their basement that's like pretending to be? I do not understand. I'm like, how are you always? And they change up the picture here and there. I'm like, is this like a fetish for being on a dating app? Like, what is this?
I don't know what it is, but you know what? If I want a really good laugh, I go in there. They be sharing them DMs and his profile. It is hilarious, dude. The shit that these guys say behind the scenes. But anyway, so she says, I'm in a lot of groups on Facebook called Are We Dating the Same Guy? And I've noticed a lot of these women have sex way too early with the men they are talking to. My question is, what advice would you give the women on how to be safe and not contract STDs from these men? I realize that getting into a relationship with my current boyfriend is a big mistake because of his anger issues. I'm not a confrontational woman, so when he starts yelling, I just shut down. However, the last time we went off, he threw a cushion at my head. This shocked me so badly that I froze. He immediately apologized, begged for my forgiveness, and when I snapped out of it, I ran out of his apartment and to a safe location where I called an Uber. This happened 3 days ago, and he's been blowing up my phone, my DMs, email, and even calling our mutual friends, begging for my forgiveness and asking our friends to convince me to talk to him again. I want to break up with him officially, but I'm afraid. How do I keep myself safe during and after cutting him off? Okay. Do you know what Kegel exercises are,
yes.
Jasmine? Okay.
Yes.
All right. My BFF is constantly talking about Kegel exercises to help spice up her sex life. Do you recommend them, and are they necessary? This guy I have been seeing for the past 2 months is constantly talking about jobs. We haven't had sex, but recently in the past couple of weeks, he keeps asking me questions about my technique. Where was the craziest place I've done it to a guy? And can I show him my skills by using a banana? I always change the subject.
Where do you find these people? Like, where do they?
I don't know.
I feel like I could know someone for 10 years and they're not like gonna be like, oh, you want to do like what? Who are you? 2 months and they're acting this way?
I don't
Every
understand.
time the man even mentioned, I would wait another year before I get
Hello.
Literally, I would negative reinforcement every single time.
Facts. I just tell him I don't listen. If he's obsessed about doing getting a blow job, I go, oh, I don't give head.
Yeah,
that stops that immediately.
And me too. I just like and even a guy talking about it, I'm already grossed out. Like now I'm not looking at you now.
This is not sexy. Like,
this is the thing we were talking about, the people pleasing mentality. Like you can already tell that this person has that. Like, oh, this guy's making a blowjob. How do I handle it? Don't handle it.
My boyfriend is addicted to, and at first I didn't care, but in the past month he want us to watch a few videos before having sex, and he keeps the on during sex. He's often looking at the screen and not me during the act. I noticed that this was a problem when I wanted to have a quickie with him inside the bathroom, but before doing anything with me, he pulls out his phone to browse his collection first. This is when I realized he has a problem. I never dealt with this before with a man, and I would like some sound advice on how to help him.
That's a good one.
To watch the full uncensored video, head on over to my Patreon at patreon.com/justtree411. There you will find videos like this along with articles, podcast episodes, ebooks, and more. The direct link is available below. Also, be on the lookout next month to submit your questions for our next AMA stream. See you then.